Jim Carrey was once Hollywood's beloved comedy king, known for his wild antics and memorable roles in films like Ace Ventura and The Mask. However, Carrey's abrupt departure from the glamorous world of Hollywood in recent years has startled the world. Fans and industry insiders are perplexed by his transformation from a box office star to a thought-provoking artist and spiritual philosopher. What became of the man who used to thrive on attention? Carrey's metamorphosis is more than simply a change in his job. It's a total rebirth that has turned him into a divisive character and a nightmare for Hollywood's meticulously constructed image machine. As he abandons prominence in pursuit of a greater truth, this revelation unveils a side of Carrey that few anticipated. 1. From comic icon to self-doubting star. Once the face of humor in the 1990s, Jim Carrey made millions of people happy with his iconic roles in popular movies like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. Carrey had everything during the height of his career: notoriety, wealth, and the respect of fans everywhere. However, the comic was battling a deep sense of emptiness behind the scenes. Carrey was more and more frustrated with Hollywood's shallowness and the public's unrelenting demands over time. He came to see that the identities he had constructed were nothing more than masks, illusions meant to amuse, but far different from his true self. This was the start of his spiritual awakening, a path that would ultimately make him one of the most divisive personalities in Hollywood. Carrey started publicly voicing his displeasure, implying a more profound existential crisis in his comments. His interviews changed from promoting movies to talking about ego death, the illusion of self, and the actual nature of reality. Many questioned whether the well-liked comedian was losing his sense of reality, but in actuality, he was peeling back the layers of his image to find something much more significant. Hollywood, which depends on its stars' predictability and control, was taken aback by this shift. 2. Dismissing the illusion of celebrity and the fame game. The pivotal moment for Jim Carrey came in 2017 when he gave an unexpected, widely shared interview at New York Fashion Week. Carrey's mysterious remarks, in which he said, "There am no me," caused the interview to become widely known very fast. Simply put, things are happening. Viewers were perplexed and alarmed by this bizarre exchange, questioning whether the performer had become disconnected from reality. In actuality, it was a turning point for Carrey, who had realized the artificiality of celebrity culture and the meaninglessness of fame. He no longer enjoyed the praise that Hollywood offered, seeing it as a meaningless fabrication. Carrey talked candidly on the demands of keeping a public persona and how it feeds a phony sense of self. He was standing up to the very system that had made him famous by refusing to play the conventional fame game. This was a dramatic act of rebellion against the core principles of Hollywood, not just a personal epiphany. Carrey's newfound mindset presented a significant danger to studios and producers. 3. The effects of individual misfortune and the pursuit of meaning. The untimely death of Jim Carrey's ex-girlfriend, Catriona White, in 2015 served as a major impetus for his spiritual awakening. Carrey was devastated by White's unexpected death, which sent him into a deep state of mourning and reflection. Carrey had to face the transient nature of happiness and the frailty of life as a result of the tragedy. After withdrawing from society, he read a great deal about philosophy, spirituality, and the idea of the self while living alone for months. Carrey started to follow the teachings of spiritual author Eckhart Tolle at this time, which is well known for his writings on mindfulness and the power of the present. Carrey, who believed he had been living his entire life in service of a false self, found great resonance in the concepts of ego disintegration and living in the now. It was a freeing and agonizing internal shift. 4. Discovering new meaning through expression and art. Jim Carrey found comfort and a new way to express himself via painting after he left the limelight of Hollywood. What began as a pastime quickly became into a deep love, and Carrey spent hours every day producing vibrant, poignant artwork. His paintings frequently reflected his deep inner world, with vivid colors and striking contrasts. Carrey discovered a means of expressing the nuanced emotions and concepts that words were unable to adequately convey through painting. His works, which frequently included social and political criticism, were a sharp contrast to the upbeat, humorous parts for which he was renowned. Carrey discussed his therapeutic and personal painting journey in the short documentary I Needed Color, which was released in 2017. He characterized the procedure as a kind of meditation that allowed him to connect with his actual self away from the cacophony of the entertainment business. Carrey saw his art as a way to confront social conventions and as a means of healing. Additionally, it enabled him to reinvent himself as a multifaceted artist rather than an actor. He became even more estranged from Hollywood's expectations, nevertheless, when his new direction was perceived as a rejection of his previous career. 5. Hollywood's reaction, distancing and isolation. Hollywood elites were skeptical and worried about Carrey's transition from popular acting to spiritual discovery and art. The industry, which is renowned for emphasizing image management and profits, found it difficult to comprehend this new Jim Carrey. He came out as erratic and challenging to collaborate with, since he refused to live up to the standards of a Hollywood star. Once eager to cast him in important parts, directors started to reconsider, uncertain of what to anticipate from a man who publicly questioned the basis of their world. Carrey's career thus experienced a discernible cooling off. He was less conspicuous in big-budget movie productions, and the offers slowed down. Hollywood saw Carrey's metamorphosis as a nightmare, a megastar who had decided to distance her from the machine, exposing its hollowness and despair. 6. Public reaction, diverse reactions and increasing assistance. Jim Carrey's awakening elicited a range of responses from the public, including praise, worry, and confusion. Many saw Carrey's sudden change in demeanor as the disintegration of a cherished character. They were unable to reconcile his contemplative, intellectual self with the outrageous, fantastical roles he played. His inconsistent interviews were frequently used by the media to paint him as unstable and suggest that he had suffered a mental breakdown. Nonetheless, an increasing number of admirers identified with his message and viewed him as a visionary, a famous person who wasn't scared to criticize the shallow nature of notoriety. Carrey's determination to explore new facets of his personality and resist the pressure to fit in was praised by his supporters. They saw his metamorphosis as an indication of wisdom rather than insanity and appreciated his sincerity and bravery in challenging the current quo, regardless of success on the outside. 7. A reimagined legacy, from Hollywood icon to informed scholar. Jim Carrey's journey may ultimately be regarded as one of the most surprising and significant changes in Hollywood history. He began as a well-liked comic, renowned for his physical humor and contagious enthusiasm, but he later developed into a spiritually curious and artistically expressive person. Carrey's epiphany was a rejection of all that Hollywood represented, the fixation with upholding a public image, the superficiality, and the never-ending demand for approval. Rather, he welcomed openness, sincerity, and the search for the truth. Even if his decisions may have cost him parts and changed the course of his career, they gave him something far more valuable, inner serenity and a purpose that went beyond celebrity. Carrey's path was about discovering the self he had lost in the midst of the craziness of success, not about losing himself in the roles he portrayed. For Jim Carrey, his metamorphosis was the realization of a lifelong ambition, even though Hollywood might consider it a nightmare. In conclusion, the entertainment business has been rocked by Jim Carrey's transition from a Hollywood comedy icon to a provocative philosopher. In addition to changing his professional trajectory, his departure from the fame-driven lifestyle has called into question the fundamental tenets of celebrity culture. Carrey's fight for authenticity and self-discovery is reflected in his audacious stand against the machine that once made him famous. Some fans have been perplexed by his journey, but it has also spurred a larger discussion about the cost of celebrity and the pursuit of genuine meaning outside of Hollywood's bright lights. Let us know in the comments what you think about the awakening of Jim Carrey, Hollywood's worst nightmare, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.